Hello and welcome to Pizza Records Live. I'm Daniel Tabor, and I'm in charge because I have this thing now. Look at
order.
We don't have a crowd tonight.
It's cold.
It's very cold and there's snow all over all the roads. It was miserable. So we still got talent and everything, but in future, when it's just people coming up here from the wild, I have this to maintain authority over chaos from here on out. That's canonical.
It's canonical.
Okay.
Does anybody, I'll go super casual for the opening. Does anyone want to talk about anything that's happened at work recently or anything around the home? We'll leave room if you've got any material you want to do, however you want to do it. We'll leave some time coming up. Probably right after the work talk.
So what in the hell is up with people stealing U-Hauls and going on high-speed chases in central Illinois?
Is that happening a lot?
That's been happening a lot lately. It's methed up. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
I don't know what the fascination is with this, but why would you steal a vehicle that can only go 70 miles an hour? And that's only if you have the air conditioning on.
And if you got to go up a hill, I mean, you're in trouble. You're not.
I'm not.
My first thought is relatively cheap rent. And if you get far enough away, people will be like, why do you have a driver's license for this? And we got the U-Haul.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a thought there that makes sense, but there's a license plate involved.
You're probably stealing shit, and at least you could have somewhere to put all your stolen goods.
Or all the meth.
Or the meth. Or just have a meth lab in the back. Yeah.
All right. Listen. It's a live environment.
Yeah. Live environment. True.
It just boggles my mind. So, yeah, that's happened at least 3 times since the first of the year.
You know what I heard? That lesbians, anytime they get in a relationship, they immediately get a U-Haul. People are poor now. Maybe the lesbians are just stealing the U-Hauls. They can't rent. Well, I mean, they're renting them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're running off with them because they don't have a car and they want to live out on the lam. Maybe that's it. Because I watched a documentary about gay bars and they're like, the lesbian ones don't stay open.
Interesting.
They meet somebody and they leave town.
Well, I learned something today.
Yeah.
That tracks, because I was talking to a woman and things were going good, I thought, and then she started showing up to work in a U-Haul, and clearly she's a dyke because we never fucked. So
it's the only explanation we have.
Yeah, clearly.
Well, sometimes
It's science.
You have to rely on science like that in social life,
Yeah.
just to stay sane.
Yeah.
You know. In terms of my job recently, what's been going on? They've cut my hours because there's new people. That's what's been going on.
Oh, better work ethic.
No, there's new. You don't know that yet. Hey, I'm pretty good at cleaning when I show up. But
Just don't use that vacuum.
Yeah, the vacuum.
Be careful. Yeah.
The gooey vacuum. Yeah.
Leave me alone while I'm cleaning my cubicle.
So I've lots of Super Bowl talk at work, obviously.
Yeah.
Not about the game.
The halftime show.
No one. And I said this to a coworker. I was like, "How can you expect It's not like they can write the game, so it's just a football game versus some artist trying really, really hard to put on a very, very good show. I don't blame anyone for not caring about the dumb game.
Yeah.
It's too hard. It's a random game.
I mean, it's a little more than random. It's a Super Bowl, but I get your point.
It's the pinnacle of American consumerism.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All those ads.
Commercials.
You got Chiefs colors on that fucking scepter you have.
I wouldn't know.
He's a plant.
I don't
You're a plant.
plant like on the Chiefs.
Like a
plant?
CIA
Yes.
plant. Yeah.
Okay.
For the Chiefs.
Yeah, so I can get to the refs. I understand.
Something like that. Yeah.
The NFL refs.
You're like a crazy Swiftie.
He's a
maybe.
secret Taylor Swift fan.
Okay.
Oh, I brought up Taylor
We're
Swift
just. I mean,
last
if we're
week.
just throwing out stuff here at the wall, you know, like.
I was just thinking if I
conspiracy
was going to spy around that kind of stuff, I mean, it would Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift being involved, they're culturally important enough. I would latch onto that, try to gain some intel and
Yeah.
some leverage. That would be smart. I might do that.
Yeah.
To try to get into their.
You can
We have some
blackmail
extra
them
time
for a
now.
lot of money.
Yeah. They cut like 2 of my days.
So, you can get to
1 or 2
Kansas
of my
City
days.
a day.
Yeah, just take
Kansas
a
City
day
back. Yeah.
and just befriend Travis Kelce, be one of the boys,
You lack the,
be supportive of. Yeah, I got to get the beard,
yeah.
the full beard.
Just have Devin shave his off and tape
I'll
it.
glue it on.
Yeah.
And I'll just like scream with my shirt off every time Travis Kelce does anything. I heard he didn't do well during the game.
No.
And I only had like 4 catches or something like that.
Yeah.
The whole team didn't do very well. It's
You got to be a member of the male Merkin squad.
And all of these men are from Kansas City.
I don't know.
I mean, they play for them. I don't think they all live there.
No.
I'm just guessing. Why would you? You know, barbecue's good, but what else? What else?
I wonder if the Olympics is like that. Like if someone wins for China and they're from Kansas, and just like, yeah, I just wanted to play for China. They hadn't won one for a couple of years.
I'm like 1/8 Chinese, so I'm
Yeah.
give them a bone.
I know a Chinese person.
Oh, it's like what Lars Nootbaar, the Cardinals guy, played for the St. Louis Cardinals. He played for what, Japan?
Japan, I think,
Yeah, because his mom's Japanese, so he played for Team Japan in the World Baseball Classic. Became this huge sensation, and he's terrible for the Cardinals because
Yeah.
the Cardinals are all.
That's too bad. It's too bad that the Cardinals are awful.
When we get to a subject, do you want to perform? You don't have to perform stand-up. I guess you can
No,
just tell us
no,
about
no,
something.
I could talk shit sitting down. So
Yeah, it's not much of a difference.
that speaking of Chinese women, my friend, that's he's drawn to Oriental women.
Oh, fetish.
Fetish. Yeah, a fetish.
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, you know what? You could make any woman Chinese. You can't. And he was like, oh yeah. I was like, yep. Here's what you do. Take him out to an upscale Chinese restaurant. Then you bring him back to your house. And he's like, okay. I'm like, do you have a mirror? He's like, yeah. I'm like, place the mirror in front of her. Then you get behind her. And you fucking, when you're doing the deed, you fucking grab onto her fucking skull and you fucking hold it back like that. And you fucking hammer that shit.
There you go.
Or use clothespins.
Well, and the great
Yeah, that works too.
Hey, you okay with if you can do some clothespins?
The great thing about that is that you're saving an Asian woman from the horrible relationship of a fetishizing man. You're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
The greater good.
Yeah, it's in the privacy of the bedroom. No harm, no foul.
I'm sure she's consenting to clothespin and/or skull.
We have a problem with the Olympics right now, specifically with the only sport I care about, boxing. People already don't want to do it because it's basically for free. You're not a professional.
They don't get paid. Yeah.
And now they've decided to get people to look at it more. They're going to remove headgear. So now you're more liable for brain damage and you still do it for free. So Americans now we're not going to measure in any way in the boxing market.
No.
That upsets me. Well, not market, because if it was a market, people would go to it.
Yeah. They. I guess we're a little more educated on the whole CTE thing. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, would you watch professional wrestling if they all had headgear on?
No.
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 Now we're talking about Macho Man Randy Savage professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, no one watches the
absolutely
other
not.
wrestling.
Unless it's Rick Steiner.
Yeah.
Rick Steiner.
Big Papa
But that's
Pump.
just the
Yeah.
research for watching pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Speaking of pro wrestling again,
I got something to say about pro
Go
wrestling.
for it, please.
I was gonna do this little bit in on my stand up, but I could talk about it here. The WWE professional wrestling, they moved to Netflix,
Oh yeah.
and I mean, it was a big deal, a lot of money, and then 2 weeks later, I hear people, going to social media, the keyboard warriors. Hey, my Netflix went up $2. Well, yeah, they signed like they're paying WWE a lot of fucking money.
Ton of money.
I heard someone talking about it, and they were like, I heard the number that was traded, and I couldn't comprehend who gave the money to who. The number was so high, and it's such a weird deal. They couldn't, so they had to just go look it up, because all they heard was the number. They're like, I had no idea if WWE would have to pay Netflix, or if Netflix would have to pay WWE.
They had to do it down in the Baja with Jesse Ventura.
They had to go off the grid to ensure
Yeah.
that they had enough privacy.
That's a really good. That's a good impersonation.
Hey, speaking of impersonations, that's actually been my week.
Just an impersonation.
I've gotten to the point that my Morgan Freeman is, to some extent, serviceable. I'm not too ashamed to do it in public. I will do it sometimes because I think it's enough there. Especially if
Yeah.
I have to move like a singer, just gay,
Yeah.
but whatever. But
Get the
when
diaphragm going.
yeah, I have to breathe in incredibly.
You got to
deep.
do Shawshank, right? And
Red knew that he was gay. He loved it when those sissies came after him that day. He had a little smirk afterward. He was blushing, but only because everyone knew.
he had a gleam in his
He
eye.
had a gleam in his eye. I hadn't spoken to him in a week, and he was getting desperate for attention. But I've been practicing Tommy Lee Jones. Which I've sent it to...
He's not gay, Dad.
I will do no jokes about him being gay.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But I heard Josh Brolin on Howard Stern go, I'm alright, how are you? And I started doing that to myself. I'm alright, how are you? And that's, we at the FBI don't have a sense of humor we're aware of. And I'm getting it close.
Yeah, that's pretty
For
close.
one friend, actually, because it was through a phone, said that if it was Tommy Lee Jones, it's a 6 out of 10, but if it's George W. Bush, it's an 8 out of 10. But it was through a phone, so I don't think he heard as much as that warble.
It's definitely fugitive Tommy Lee Jones.
That's my favorite Tommy.
Yeah.
Men in Black and Fugitive.
Volcano is an underrated Tommy Lee Jones movie.
I saw that when I was like 3 or 4, and there's
Yeah.
scenes that stick with me, but now...
Especially the dinosaur at the tar pit. They show the tar pit in that movie.
I have to
Come
watch
on.
that again.
Yeah.
I saw, to hear his voice, to see if I could get a conversational Tommy Lee Jones, not 2 quotes that almost sound like him.
Yeah.
I watched a compilation, not nearly as funny as Arnold compilations,
Yeah.
I found. But but you watch him like, this is a great actor. What a wonderful actor. But yeah, all I've got so far is I'm alright, how are you? We at the FBI don't have a sense of humor we're aware of. And I just keep saying that in the car to myself, and can't do it around the wife.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that'd probably drive her crazy.
And she doesn't know I did Morgan for her, and she was like, I'm not familiar enough with how he sounds. I was like, God damn it, what are you talking about?
How do you not?
I do not know who Morgan Freeman is.
But she knew, she just couldn't think of the voice. She's like, I don't know.
That's the voice of God.
I am the voice of God. Every time you make a mistake, I'm in the back of your head. Dumbass. You did this to yourself again. You're distracting me, Cora.
If we could go back to the professional wrestling
I'm sorry.
to get to the juicy part.
Sorry, yes.
Yes.
The juicy
So
Yeah.
the
To me.
so people are complaining about Netflix going up $1.50 or $2, and I'm just sitting here, reading all this comments, and I'm like, I get on my Fire Stick, I get Raw 24/7, and it hasn't gone up. Now, I mean, it's not kid friendly. The Raw 24/7. You know, that's probably only for
The Raw
adults.
channel with 3 X's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And price hasn't gone up, so
There you go.
You got Fire Stick Steve? Is that what we're on? What is that? Maybe it's not Steve now.
I don't know what his fucking name is. I don't know.
The thing that you get all the free stuff. Yeah. You didn't hear that from us.
No.
We've got it at home too.
Not bad.
Raw 24/7.
I guess.
Well,
I'm still
I don't
stuck
check out
with the
that stuff,
MySpace
but-
guy. I don't have a Fire Stick. You're talking about Fire Stick Steve. I'm like, oh, what?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
MySpace guy.
It's when you jailbreak Fire Stick and
Yeah,
you
They
get
call it Steve?
well, it's the guy that used to do it. He used to break, and you get all the free channels and UFCs
I'm
and stuff.
Fire Marshal Fire Stick Bill Burns.
Oh, man.
Fire stick marshal. He's just been like beaten by police who found out that he had a jailbroken once. He's like this. You gotta hide it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There's
Yeah.
people here.
Yeah.
Oh Christ.
Yeah. I don't, that's my Wrangler.
Oh, okay. And celebrity handler.
Yeah.
You keep him out of. So if I start asking him about drugs, his dad, disagreements with production on any of his projects, you're going to come in, whisper in his ear, and he's just going to leave my podcast?
Yeah, no comment.
This is so BS. I'm having an issue with that. I am a noisy person, and I have noisy things on an audio podcast.
That's fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That could happen at a
You
better
broke it
fucking time.
already. You broke it already.
Well, I have the authority to break it because it's now mine.
Yeah.
You relinquished all $4 of this to me. You're not getting it back.
From Amazon, 2 days shipping.
Yes.
Jester Jack Sparrow lost one of his beads.
Yes. Fucking- How many bracelets does this guy need? He's what, 60 now?
Yeah.
Savvy?
Savvy. You think he'll ever get to go back? Do you think he'll go back to no?
Nah.
What's he gonna do? What kind of roles do you think he'll do?
I don't know. I think he'll do like the Kevin Spacey weirdo roles now.
Yeah? You think he'll just like talk? He'll talk like himself, and it'll be seen as creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, they did that when he was in the middle of this shit. They did that on Murder on the Orient Express,
Yeah.
where they were like, "Yeah, he's creepy."
I was
So they
really
all
disappointed.
got
He was there for like 2 minutes and then dead.
him. Mm-hmm.
It's like, am I watching Jeff Daniels die in Patriot games again? Come on. Or Steve, what
We're
was
talking about Johnny Depp here.
Or Bryan Cranston dying the Godzilla
Yeah.
movie from 2014.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Steven Seagal and the Patriot? You know, he's leading
Fuck
the SEAL
Seagal.
team. He gets killed.
He can't get killed fast enough. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. I wish. Never mind.
But he's a great reggae singer. Have you heard of his reggae album?
Oh no.
Steven Seagal's reggae album. You
I
need to
know he talks like he's in a reggae album. He can't help himself.
Well, anytime he's around anybody that's a different ethnicity, he takes the voice.
He code switches to anybody else.
Like when he's like, you see videos of him doing like, he trains police officers, which I don't want to steal Tom Segura's bit,
Yes.
but he talks about that, and I actually looked it up on YouTube, and he will legitimately like start speaking like, yes sir, yes sir,
Oh,
like
no.
doing the like bow and all that stuff. And then if he's like, when you follow him around on when he's being a police officer, apparently, can you imagine you're in a fight with your old lady or something, or you get a DUI and that dude pulls up and is like, all right, what's going on?
Yes.
Steven Seagal, why are you arresting me? But anyway,
I'm going to rip your throat out.
Yeah, could you imagine you're in a mild altercation and you got like popped a couple times, and then you see Steven Seagal and you're like, oh no,
yeah,
I'm gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he walks up when he's around like black folks. He's like speaks, like
Whatever he thinks they're
yeah,
playing with. Yeah,
They're-
he's in
they're
his
at-
blues band.
like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't do that. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell?
he's a blues guy now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Russian, Japanese, CIA,
All of them.
American black man.
Maybe he is
And a
CIA.
kimono.
He's a
Oh
plant.
no,
He's a plant. CIA.
he's also a plant. Maybe he's spying on Russia for us.
Yeah.
Well, he made movies for the mob, you know.
Yeah.
The mob financed some of his early action films in the 90s.
Something about these bloated, mumbly slobs being involved with both the Russians and the mob anytime they get to certain heights.
Tracksuit Mafia, man. I'm telling you.
I had a night out on the town back in Pennsylvania, and I went out with friends, and I did the Seagal transformation, but I wasn't around them. But I went on the whole night of having Borat's accent.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was introducing myself as Bilo.
Below.
Yeah,
Nice.
the brother that was in the cage.
Okay.
And then when he got out and he got it, so I was introducing myself as Bilo.
I think if, with your 5 o'clock shadow, get a little tan, I think you can pull it off, Jerry.
Oh yes,
Basically, pull off that part of the world.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think you.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
If you could be any type of foreigner, which country would you pick? If you could just have any of them, just go, I'm not an American, I'm this thing. People know that about you. You have some of that culture, and it brings you an immense amount of nostalgia and comfort.
Canadian.
Yeah.
They're safe.
Yeah.
No one fucks with Canadians because they're nice.
Yeah. People don't have a negative
No.
association.
Yeah, they're
I
too
do.
nice. They like hockey.
Nah,
There's nothing wrong with that.
They drink their milk out of bags, and they're pushing euthanasia in their medicine on like kids and shit. They're psychos. I think that they do everything backwards. It's an upside down America, and
It is cold up there.
I don't like any of these new tariffs except that one. I do like that one. And it's snowing all the time. You look stupid. You look like an idiot up
You
there.
don't like to drink the Molson, eh?
The Trailer Park Boys are from there, though. That gives them points.
Leonard
They
Kinney.
do get points. They're like the Australians. They have a little thing like that, like Mad Max, Trailer Park Boys. Everyone has a little project on the side. You're like, oh, some of them have to be cool and normal. Not freaks.
I think I'd be Italian.
You like the Italian thing?
Yeah. Just make
Give me an
pizza.
excuse
I'd have
outside
like
of
hair.
my-
I'd have hair, and it would be like this like that.
You have like dark kin hair.
Yeah. I'd be good at making pizzas. I'll just stereotype the hell out of them.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
in being a mob. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever
You
Italian
and your
stereotype.
mom, your guy's crying.
Yeah.
You defend the hell out of her.
Yeah. Whatever stereotype. That's what I'd be.
How you feeling, Ben?
I'd probably go back to where my family's from, Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland?
Yeah.
Now, how are they different from Southern Ireland? What's their shtick?
Well, they're the ones that sided with the English, and they're still part of Britain, but that's where most of my family's from. So they're actually from the same area as Liam Neeson.
Ooh.
So
Nice.
yeah,
So are they the IRA or not?
no, they're
No,
not.
they're the,
Fucking IRA.
well,
I don't know.
They're the
in an
Protestant
American
Irish.
comparison, they would be the ones that are like, but I like having a king. I think, right? That's what they're doing?
Pretty much, yeah. But they still drink whiskey and fight all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you feel when you hear the tight out of American actors? Do you have any like ear for it where you're like,
Yeah, I get kind of pissed off. It's like I have skills.
yeah.
I will find you and I will kill you.
Yeah, you don't like not hearing the accent?
I especially like hearing women speak the accent because of the lilt in the voice, like the Dolores O'Riordan.
They're a bit more
Yeah,
into it.
yeah,
I think I would go Mongolian.
really.
They strike me as everything cool. They got horseback archers. They got dudes.
Yeah,
that
they're
look
way
like
cooler than
Vikings.
Canadians.
They got they got their own wrestling. They got their own shamanism. They got a giant stainless steel statue.
Look at Mongolians.
The freaking Mongolians. Yeah, in South Park, I remember playing their video game, their turn-based strategy game. They got Mongolians that attack. Every time that they pop up in a lot of video games, and I never get to play as them, I get very upset.
Get to listen to the Who,
Yeah,
the metal throat singing band.
throat singing, and also they're sandwiched perfectly between two superpowers, China and Russia. That's impressive that they're just hanging out in between those two.
Yeah.
Just
They haven't been taken over
a ton
by
of grass
anyone.
and horses, and guys just kind of staring off onto the horizon and not getting bothered. And also, no extradition to the U.S. So the second I do anything haywire and I have money, I will be up Mongolian.
Yeah.
It's already
Oh,
planned.
They have their own
Descend
type
to
of
the
beef,
Genghis
too.
Khan.
Yeah. I found out I'm one of those ones. One of that, 50% of people?
On the Asian continent, yeah. He had like 1,100 kids.
He was rumored to do something that I saw on The Simpsons recently and got me cackling again. Catapulting people and animals. Great idea. Hilarious original
Outstanding.
idea. The one I heard with Genghis Khan was that when his own men would fall ill with some kind of any kind of illness, he would just load them in the catapult over the walls of the city-state, get them sick. Just boom.
Genius.
Genius.
No pandemic for you.
Yeah.
As the war, it's always war. Like they say, our clothes are all designed after war-based clothes. All of our cars, all of our like Teflon is from war, including all of our most hilarious gags, Monty Python gags, Simpson gags. If you catapult somebody, that's actually a war reference.
True.
We didn't have 2 audience members when we mentioned the Super Bowl. So let's go back to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
There's some eyebrows perking up.
So, do we want to talk about the ball game at all?
No.
No one wants to talk about the
Not
sport
really.
of football.
I didn't watch either. So
I did. I watched it all.
You did watch it all, and it was like,
Yeah. I don't like either team.
right?
I just...
That's something.
I'm glad KC lost.
Yeah, I mean, I
I'm
was...
fucking.
I was rooting for the Eagles, but like...
Yeah, so was I.
I didn't like... I mean, Philly people are terrible human beings. Sorry, Pennsylvania guy. But they're...
I was in the opposite corner of
They're
Philly.
terrible human
Far away.
beings. So I'm not real excited about them getting a Super Bowl win,
No.
but it's better than Kansas City.
I remember everyone was really upset about the halftime show, and when you see the city after the game, you think, I've seen the aftermath of a lot of football games. I don't think it was the halftime show that led them to completely destroy the
No.
city.
No.
Every city that holds the Super Bowl ends up being
Just-
destroyed.
Yeah, cop cars flipped over and people hanging off telephone poles every time.
Yeah.
Do we have telephone poles anymore? Is that a 90s thing?
There's some
Is it all
still
5G
around.
towers now?
runs the fiber optic cable for all the internet porn that you watch.
Yeah.
We still have lamp poles.
Right.
You can climb up that one and knock it down.
Some of the rotting infrastructure hasn't been knocked down by private powers yet.
Yeah.
So we still have some telephone poles to hang off of after someone catches a ball in their 30s.
Yeah.
Not bad. As for the halftime show, the internet went wild.
They did.
They got very...
Boomers were super mad.
Well, they can't
They don't understand. Literally, that's not to interrupt, but that was the most common thing they complained about was, I don't even know what he said.
You wouldn't get what he was talking about if you did.
Yeah,
I
they
had
don't
to
know.
look it up. I didn't
Right.
understand what was going on.
Yeah, if I just heard the lyrics okay, am I the only person that every song you've heard 3-4 times in your life that you can not even, it happens every once in a while, you hear a song, right? Am I the only person that if I'm not a big fan of it, I've looked at it and I want to sing, I go, I don't know the lyrics to fucking any song I haven't looked up ever. I always replace the words or scat.
They're just making up shit.
Yeah, that's me for it doesn't matter what song it is. There's at least 2 or 3 for, even if it's one of those dirt, boot, truck, beer. There's at least a phrase where I'm like, I don't know if you
90%
said
of modern
veterans
country.
or
Yeah. Horses.
horses.
I think it's funny that the stereotype, you see how many people, the typical person that complains about the halftime show and they're wearing shades, they're old like me, and it's but that tracks, that definitely tracks.
Yeah, for
You know.
who is not.
It's
Up
the
to date on what's
same
happening on
person across the board.
Yeah,
Rebel, 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 rebel.
yes. This wasn't about me this time.
Rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same people.
I can take the halftime show and I could say that the music didn't bother me. I used to listen to rap, so I'm okay with that. I just with the Super Bowl, I want more money spent onto the presentation of it.
That's
Not
not crazy shit.
Yeah, not the. I mean, the music choice didn't bother me. The rap didn't bother me. That's fine, but they didn't spend a lot of money in doing the halftime show.
Yeah.
Like I just remember halftime shows years prior.
They got
A lot of money was spent in the presentation of it.
They got celebrity performer Benny Yama from 90 Day Fiancé as one of the dancers.
And Serena Williams.
Serena
And
Williams,
Serena
yes.
Williams, but mostly Benny from 90 Day. Last Resort.
Sa-
He won't admit that he
Samuel
cheated on her,
Jackson.
dude.
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson. That was like the
Dude.
best part.
Yeah.
Samuel
I
Jackson.
don't think he can do a flip like
It wasn't quite the like Snoop, Dre, Eminem, 50 Cent one they did. What was that, like 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah,
That was epic.
yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't quite that.
yeah.
I would have just put Kendrick and Drake on opposite stages and let him go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you put them in those fucking inflatable balls,
Yeah.
and then they just fucking go hammer out. You know.
Yeah, you get little equilibriums like on their necks, so if they get tilted more than the other guy's song plays.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like 8 Mile, but with inflatable.
It would make sense.
Bring back
At the
Celebrity
Super
Deathmatch.
Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the Super Bowl, be like, okay, here's the top 2 candidates for performance artists to play at halftime show.
Now
And
fight
they
to the
have
death.
have to fight somehow. After a while, it will allow football to die
Yeah.
a quiet, unpainful death. I think.
You should pitch that
Yeah.
to Fox. I'm sure
Yeah.
that would be all.
If they're
for it.
definitely if they're in charge, they only care about money.
Pitches to
Pitch anything to
Netflix.
them.
Pitches to Netflix.
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 Or make the wives of the football players play each other in the actual game.
Nice. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Do a flag football game with the wives.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
Watch Taylor Swift get just fucking tackled by some woman from Georgia or something. Whoever the
I got you, Tay Tay.
I got your ass.
Like one of the linemen's wives. She's like 6'2",
Yeah.
350. Just fucking spear.
All right, I want to go back to professional wrestling now because you said spear. We talked too much about a sport I hate. I'm over it.
Okay.
So football.
Football.
We've seen a lot of former football players become professional wrestlers.
That's because football is kayfabe.
There does seem to be something going on.
Yeah.
At least that's what I constantly hear.
Gambling money.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't cover
It's
the spread,
scripted.
Yep.
the refs are there to make sure you do.
You're exposing the goddamn business.
I know.
Which
Oh my God, he's coming down with the chair. That's me.
if you if
Starter. Stone
They
Cold
broke him
Starter.
in half.
that's my
My God, he ripped him in half.
it's a hardy party.
Starter. Okay. Go ahead.
You have to make a football team out of professional wrestlers. Now I'm gonna go fantasy football team. You can have whatever pro wrestlers.
Okay.
It'd be dead. I don't care.
Okay.
But let's just start throwing names out there. Someone, especially if you have a feeling they never did football, start spitballing names you think somebody that would be really fucking great at the gridiron if taken out of the squared circle.
God.
Oh.
I got.
Go ahead.
Special teams player. He returns kicks and punts. Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
I could see him being phenomenal at that.
Kicking?
No.
Oh,
Returning
yeah.
kickoffs and punts. Yeah, no,
Yeah, he'd get himself up there.
yeah. I can see him being good at that.
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
Don't really have a reason.
I think he could probably juke out
he'd
the way.
yeah.
He could be. I'm thinking of. I'm
He'd
leaning
kip up,
towards,
you know,
running
and
backs and such.
sweet chin music on somebody.
John Cena is a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
his mind's just
You
there.
can't see him.
Yeah.
Well,
he
Have
doesn't
fun
to worry
sacking
about
that. You can't see him.
He's on the next level of planning.
I think Roman Reigns probably too, because he does the spear. He's a
Yeah.
big dude, probably a good linebacker.
Linebacker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with. I got a couple high flyers: Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, some athlete. You need to have some athletes.
I can see Kofi returning kicks and punts and such, and I
For
can
the other team.
yeah. And I can see Rey Mysterio being able to get out of the way of stuff and be squirmy and fast.
Yeah.
Paul Bearer as Bill Belichick.
There you go.
No. Maybe of the other team, but the other head coach in that game is going to be Ric Flair, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
George the Animal Steel, of course. He's your offensive tackle.
There you go. Just a
Yeah.
minute.
Oh, yeah.
Brock Lesnar is defensive end.
Yeah.
I know he played football.
Yeah, he
so,
tried that and failed miserably.
So did Dwayne
Yeah.
The Rock.
He
Bill
could be
Goldberg.
second team.
Mhm.
Yeah,
All the failures.
yeah, he played with the Falcons.
Yeah.
The Steiner brothers.
Now, are there any football players that we just want to see in the squared circle? Do we want to see Travis Kelce enter the WWE?
I mean, that's
His
next-
brother.
Isn't that his next step?
His brother, Jason
Yeah.
Kelsey.
Yeah, you think he'd be for it?
Oh, yeah.
I could see him as kind of a Sami Zayn, Mick Foley type of like they get behind him because he's about it. He just seems like your buddy.
Yeah, no.
He could have he could.
Jason Kelsey would be good on the mic. He would, yeah.
I was going to say, once upon a time, Brian Urlacher would have been a great professional wrestler in the vein of
I can see that.
like a Brock Lesnar type, Bill Goldberg style. I have no personality, but I will rip your head off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was a good one.
What if Junkyard Dog had more of like a heel gimmick? Michael Vick. Kids love dogs, and you need them to hate bad guys.
Jesus.
There you go. That guy's a great heel. He's going to get so much heat.
He will.
He's got to keep telling the kids what he did.
Yep.
Deshaun Watson,
What did he do?
Mr. Massage Parlor.
Oh,
What did he do?
What was the dude that beat?
football.
Well, now we're gonna get into. Let's talk about terrible things that NFL players did.
Yeah.
God.
What's the guy that beat the crap out of his wife in the elevator? Was on camera. Running back.
Ray Rice,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens.
Well,
Yeah, he could have a heel gimmick of only going after the women champs.
Yeah.
He wants the female title.
Yeah, he wants. Yeah,
he's the wants to be
Women's
the
title.
women's champ.
I'm the best diva in this locker room.
The RR's going at it. Rhea Ripley and Ray Rice right now.
And then Ray Rice wins, and then the ultimate opportunist, the rated R superstar, comes in and he cashes in his money in the bank.
RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Always.
That was a good tag team, rated R KO,
Yeah.
just because of that phrase. That's how you do it.
And they're both awesome. Edge is awesome.
I love that. I love Edge.
yeah.
Aaron Copeland. Cope.
Yeah.
Whatever they call
That was
him now.
terrible.
You better.
Come on, man.
You better not have a woman if you're friends with him because he'll
Yeah.
fuck her. So
Maybe on TV.
It's a Hardy party.
Yeah.
Styling and profiling.
Wow. Poor Matt Hardy.
Poor guy. I love him. He's just a dork.
Yeah.
He just loves making dorky stuff.
Yeah. But they're like, hey, you got Edge slept with his wife, and they're like, we would put that on national
Yeah,
every
we
Monday
gotta
night on national
Try to
television.
get them to fuck on the. Vince
Right
McMahon
from-
tried to get them to actually fuck in a bed on the ring,
Yeah.
on air.
Raw
But there's covers
24/7.
to it.
Yeah.
Raw 24/7.
God, could you imagine that now with the Godfather and Val Venus characters on Raw 24/7? Holy Christ!
Oh,
It's time to take a ride on the whole train.
It's about a lot of old school. Because
Times have changed.
even for my blood, the '90s
Degeneration
dirty,
X.
Degeneration X. Even for my blood, sometimes I'm like, oh, that's just tacky and gross. And then you go back to the '80s and
Heel
like, there's
turn Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, there's some.
Oh, Hollywood Hogan was great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brother.
Yeah. He's really fell off the wagon recently.
Literally, and
Yeah.
His whole
figure-
life has just been.
he can barely walk because he's had a
Horrible.
million surgeries.
I love his lies. They're hilarious. I wrestled.
He gets called out on 'em all the
380 days
time.
a year because of lag, because of flights to Japan gave me more time in a year.
Had an extra 15 days, brother.
If you had a wrestling gimmick,
Oh,
you know, and think of a gimmick, you got to do both face and heel. That's the problem you're gonna have with Michael Vick. What's his face gimmick gonna be like? Oh, I need to redeem myself. I was a great athlete, and I got lost in the sauce.
He's already doing that now. Like Michael Vick, like I can't believe like
He's just
he's on commentary and shit.
yeah no he's fucking a head coach of either high school or college
Yeah.
football. Like what the fuck?
Hanging out
This
with kids.
motherfucker. They were trying to fucking kill this motherfucker
Yeah.
because of he's fighting, dog fighting on a big level, grand scale. Like he lost his job in the NFL.
Went to prison
Because
for
of-
2.5 years or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to be a coach.
and now he's coaching your kids.
I mean, at this point, we might as well free O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. We tried that a couple times and then
You
just
know.
kept going back.
He did was just steal stuff from a hotel room. That's
Oh,
pretty
good.
messed up to lock a guy up,
Yeah.
especially when he's in the Naked Gun movies.
I really like them Naked Gun movies.
I really like those movies. Yeah, wrestling gimmicks, guys, fellas,
Psychosis.
you just be insane.
Yep. He always has the crazy outfits.
Yeah, right.
He's like, he had like a, almost like, how he was a luchador, but he acted like he was like, in New York City, like at Club 59 in like the 70s. Like he danced and
Awesome.
did all kinds of, but he's a luchador with a mask, crazy ass mask.
All over luchadors.
He's my favorite to play with on WCW Revenge.
Oh yeah, no, I remember Psychosis. He had like he was like a skinny La Parka.
Yeah.
La Parka. I like La Parka.
The
The
chairman
park was
of
good
the
too.
board.
The chair.
Yep. Chairman of the board. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy reminds me of those two. He might be one of them in a mask, I don't know. But Juventud Guerrera around
Yeah.
the same time. He
Oh,
did
yeah.
something
Yeah.
with his name and something with a mask, but there for a minute without the mask, he had a new gimmick where he would cock his eyebrow up and ask you if you could smell things. He just went for it.
There's a great Juventud Guerrera story out there. You
Yeah.
know, look up Juventud Guerrera
Yeah,
and cocaine.
Okay.
Oh, I heard that story.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
running wild naked in the streets.
Yeah.
Great.
I did back when I was a young buck, and I did backyard wrestling. Me and my buddies, and we came up with our own gimmicks. So my gimmick was I was the ice cream man,
Nice.
but I was a drug dealer, and my finishing move was called the hot dose. Yeah.
Nice.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So yeah,
Gimmick.
I'll roll with that. I got history with it. So
Yeah, you might as well. You gotta remember where you came from.
yeah.
You got a gimmick, Ben?
I'm the podcaster. I would literally come out and hit people with a microphone.
You cut
And then
promos.
talk to him.
Yeah.
You cut promos that last about an hour and a half, and you got to get through about a few minutes of ad read before you actually start
Yeah.
talking to the guy in the ring.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to tell you what's wrong with you, but first I'm going to tell you what's wrong with your website. That is not properly formatted, and it makes your business look unprofessional.
Yes.
I can help everyone in this arena tonight, unlike you.
And if you need to hire someone, use Indeed.com.
Yes.
And I'm going to use this moment to tell you about some good health advice.
Yes. You can order from the comfort of your own home a can of whoop ass shipped discreetly to your door.
Remember they had
the
the cans.
name
in the
of my
past?
finisher would be the tagline.
Dude, okay, now that you say whoop ass, I just want to throw this out there because this guy was probably the funniest fucking character, and he when he was feuding with Stone Cold, he would imitate him, but he wouldn't say whoop ass. He would say ass whip, cans of ass whip, and Santino.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Santino Morella.
I
Yes.
don't remember that, but I guessed in my head.
Oh, he
Love
was such a character. Oh my goodness. He actually should be in the Hall of Fame.
He should
Still holds the record for the quickest.
be. Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Exit.
I believe Kane just closed.
He gets in the ring and he.
Yeah. And then he goes out. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kane,
Bret the Hart Man. Go ahead.
have you seen the luchador Cocaine?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
He's in a bag.
Oh, I have. Yeah. He's skinny with the white instead of the red. I have seen. Yeah, he just slaps it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Turns into the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, wrestling.
That's fine. It's one of the last magical things we still have.
Yeah.
If you let it be magic,
Yeah.
it can still get to people. Because some guy got a concussion every few minutes.
Listen, we had it here and fucking, it was awesome. It was so cool.
I miss Dusty Rhodes. His intelligible.
The American dream that the move.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you about something.
The old school wrestling where it was just legit a crazy guy everyone in town knew that just hijacked because he could.
That guy will take a chair shot.
Golden era of just guys in suits screaming. Guys in either t-shirts and belt buckles or suits just screaming at each other. Not getting the names of pay-per-views correct.
Yeah.
Sweating and spitting all over the place.
Yeah, they got real excited in promos. Like, just.
Because you had to back then. You couldn't do the... Now they know they're playing to some
Unless
kind
you
of
were
tradition.
Jake the Snake Roberts, he was the best because he'd have like the cold calculated like.
He's like 6'9".
Yeah.
I love, as much as I love watching him back in the day, I do love watching him get picked up by Diamond Dallas Page at the airport one night. He's like, "You're drinking again," and he approaches him in the airport, and Jake the Snake just goes, "Bitch took my boots." Because he's trying to fly somewhere. He's going through the process, but he's belligerent drunk. But DDP's a good guy. He has a heart of gold.
Yeah, he's saving those dudes.
Saving
His
it.
yoga.
Yeah, he uses yoga to help people.
Bam Margera.
He's trying to help him now.
Yeah.
That's good.
He needs it.
He does need it bad.
Yes.
Speaking of people who take chair shots. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be old school. When something bad happens and everyone's outraged, I will come out and say, I blame Jackass. I think it had an effect on the culture. I think it damaged it, and we're in a worse place now. I think
We're an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Jackass timeline.
I think there was children watching Jackass up until about 2012. For a long time, for 15, 20 years, they were watching it. And I think it had a demonstrable effect, and now we're where we're at. Now you just pull your phone out and let something happen to you, and that's your 401k and your public reputation from there on out.
Yeah.
I think it's a powerful thing, and that's why I'm going to do it.
You should do it right now.
Yeah, I should just take this and just start jamming myself in the genitals
Yeah.
violently. It would help.
You gotta go viral. You know?
If you
As exciting as our wrestling and whatever talk we've
If you
had.
had to go viral.
Smashing yourself in the dick would be.
I mean, I'm thinking about what I'm going to have to pay physically
Yeah.
to get results. It's a natural If you had to do a Jackass stunt to get viral, if you had to, which one would you be like, I'll do this one,
We used to do them when I was a kid.
right?
Yeah.
I
Like
did
tackle trash cans.
Right.
Like
yeah,
I used to just go in my high school, like I just walked down the highway. That was my thing, like kids had their thing in high school. Like my thing was I would just go randomly tackle trash cans in the middle of the hallway. And the teacher would come like, "What's going on?" Like, I don't know, this trash can fell over.
Yeah.
But we used to do that like in the backyard, and like I would put on the trash can and then get tackled,
You gotta
Silly
get the
stuff.
energy out and the boredom out.
And we'd mix the wrestling in there too. Get actually taking a stunner doesn't feel good. Turns out
when it's real.
like when it's real,
Yeah, when they really just grab you and drop.
or a pile driver, they're not really trained to
Power
keep
bombs.
your head from like smashing against the ground.
All the larger stuff me and the brother tried to do. The gut wrencher suplex where one guy's just slightly bent over towards you and you just get under his gut and just do that with your arms. Not fun to the wrist. Turns out it does this thing called wrenching your gut.
Yeah.
And then you have to land on your butt.
Yeah, I've been power bombed into metal bleachers. Took a pile driver in a trash can once. I was in real wrestling in high school, so fisherman suplex, you name it. All the different
Nice.
suplexes, Dean Malenko, man of 1,000 holds type stuff.
That's my favorite kind of wrestler. Is the guy that's got all the tricks in his bag.
Like a Chris Benoit.
Yeah, you grab him. Yeah, I love how many tricks he had in his bag.
He had a lot of tricks in his back.
Turned out his repertoire was much larger than all of his combatants.
It was unexpected
Yeah.
amount of things he could do.
So, yeah, that wasn't fun.
Yeah.
I used to. I like to hear that you used to tackle trash cans because I'm a former
Yeah.
trash can tackler. It was a thing. Like me and my buddies in high school, we would we go around. we fucked some shit up, and my cousin would drive around in the minivan, and we would like, oh, and we would go tackle people's fucking trash cans and let the fucking go. My one buddy, he was a junior for he was a JV quarterback. He fucked up his football season because he tackled a trash can that was a little hard.
I did the same thing in Community Park.
Yeah.
We were driving around in Community Park, like, there's a trash can, go tackle it. Turns out those things are a little heavy. And there's a reason. They probably heavier because of kids like us.
Yeah.
Like, those kids are going to tackle this one. They put concrete in the bottom of it.
I never got anything crazy done to me in the later years, but when in 4th grade we just set up a pro wrestling team in recess where we were all different WWE wrestlers, and I was a little too gamey about the theater aspect of it. So I was like, I'll play any of them. So they kept stealing whatever wrestler I wanted. So I'd have to pick a new one, and I'd get settled with something. And then once I was saddled with it, I was the only guy that knew it was a work. So I'd take my bump, and they'd be like, you suck. Like, no, I'm the best one here. I
know how to take a bump
perfectly. I got the arch and everything. I landed flat on my back.
Yeah.
I did not. They didn't comprehend the art, the performance art of it at the time. It was unfortunate.
I don't know how long the statute of limitations is, but we also used to, the really white trash. Sorry if anybody has them that's in the building. All 5 of us. The globes in the front yard, they're like the sign of like white trash. We used to call them the globes of elegance or something.
Yeah, mine broke.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, anyway.
He probably destroyed it.
So we used to just drive around the city of Jacksonville stealing people's globes up and then take them out in the country and just throw them off the bridge.
This one was just blown off. We had that huge amount of wind and it was left over from when my mom lived at our residence.
So if anybody's missing those 20 years ago,
Yeah.
oops, guy, sorry.
So me and the friends would throw, beer bottles that were left by the railroad tracks at the railroad when I was a kid. But aside from that, something I've wanted to do. Grant Morrison's comic book writer, when he was a kid, he and his friends one Christmas did LSD, and then they made it their mission to steal all the baby Jesuses out of all the mangers in town. They got caught for it. But that sounds like a great magical mission. It feels like you're really up to something. I feel like I'd feel different after having accomplished it.
So something
That'd be my jackass stunt.
So we got a message recently from JMS about kids doing stuff to each other with rubber bands or something. Because I've got kids in junior high. When we were in high school, it'd probably be construed as probably sexual assault now. There was a guy who called himself the Black Murado, and it was the name of his art pencil that he used. And they were, about yay long, and they were somewhat thick. And you'd walk past him in class just to go, sharpen your pencil or turn in something to the teacher. And he would just randomly right up your ass
Nice.
as you walked by.
That guy's in prison now.
No. Actually, he does tattoos, I think.
Oh,
Jesus.
Anyway,
You get two roads as a certain type of guy.
yeah. So
Either vandalize people's faces or go to prison.
he dubbed this game the light up game because people's heads would light up when you get a pencil shoved up your ass. So this went around the school for a while with random people doing it, and he disappeared from school for a while because he did it to a teacher.
Oh boy.
nice.
And the teacher,
He's got balls.
Yeah, the balls on that.
it so lit up the teacher's eyebrows that they fell in class and had to be away from work because they had to have surgery for like an ankle or something.
It's insane.
That just went
Yeah.
down the hill like.
Oh yeah, down the hill and through the
He's
woods.
got an addictive personality into the worst types of things.
Yeah. So it was that would circulated for a week for dumb crap that happened.
One time in high school, somebody put a tampon in my coat while I wasn't looking, and then they started calling me Dan Dan the Tampon Man. And that stuck for a few years.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
I don't know what to make of it.
I've always been this
It's
hairy.
catchy.
Yeah, I guess it's just it's a jingle.
Yeah.
They knew I was in need of a jingle. They're like, I'll help this guy out.
So I've always been this hairy since like 8th grade. I had more hair up here, obviously, but I could buy beer in 8th grade. I looked old. And with a name like Cox, last name.
Oh,
So yeah, I was everybody's Uncle Harry Cox. Yeah.
Nice.
Asked me if I was related to Sharon. I've heard every dick joke you can imagine.
What's your typical response nowadays?
My typical response nowadays is like, yep.
Yes. Just confirmation that you've heard the subject.
I usually say, yeah, I worked in porn for a while.
It's stuck, unfortunately.
Yeah.
They often do.
You could take both your names and kind of do some porn variants.
Benjamin Cox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Benjamin.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go.
My middle initial is T, so Bent Cox.
Yeah.
I've heard them all.
Benjamin to Cox.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
That's
really,
rough.
this is really exhilarating.
radio.
Yeah.
Once we have a live audience and a little bit more live anything. But
Less snow.
before we go, what jackass stunt would you do, sir? You got to get viral.
you know what? Oh no. Oh yeah, no. I could definitely see myself doing that.
There you go.
Forget was it Steve-O? I think it was Steve-O, the one that took a shit in a toilet, like in a,
Home Depot.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Who did that? Who actually took?
No, that was the guy
was
with
it
the
Chris?
missing tooth.
Was it?
He shits all the time, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
not very
he's-
famous.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not one of the cool ones.
Yeah.
Hey, one of those
I
later
could do
ones.
that stunt.
One of those later ones, they had all this new blood, and they had a few of the old school ones hanging about, and then the one guy with the missing tooth, they just went in on for the whole movie.
Yeah.
They just murdered that guy for an entire movie.
Yeah.
Well, the new hires just watched them do that.
We're like, you could stick around,
Yeah.
but you're
We're
going to be
gonna
the guy
see
doing all this
How
stuff.
ticket sales go on this piece of shit, but for right now, we have our scapegoat. We're just going to murder our friend in a film.
Who drank the horse semen? Was that Steve-O?
Oh,
I
man.
had a couple of them, wasn't it?
God.
Oh.
That's a bad one.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. Like, which one could you do? And I was like,
Not that one.
yeah. I was thinking about it, and then I was like, I'll take a shit instead.
But
It's a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if it were up to me, Steve-O and Bam and a few others would be in camps. They'd be in camps, and I'd have medical doctors trying to fix them, and I'd have them re-educated, if I had my way. And it's unfortunate that I didn't get my way earlier, or else we wouldn't be in any of this mess right now. We'd all get along like we did in the early 2000s and the 90s.
Yeah,
Everyone
we
got
get
along.
along
We
then.
didn't have any problems in the media. And I said that. So it makes it a fact.
Okay.
And other than that, next time people better show up so that I can bother them.
Yeah. Keep order.
Yeah, I don't have anything to keep order with because these guys are pretty polite.
Yeah, they're not out of control.
Yeah, you guys didn't scream over each other. You didn't argue at one point. Not once did you guys give me a debate to settle.
I just made fun of you a little bit. That's all. I'll do better next time.
Yeah, make fun of everything I do more.
You took my white trash globe, Devin. I'm gonna
Yeah.
smash your records now.
Well,
That was me. I'm sure.
I'm gonna take his thunder because I bought beer in 7th grade, so
There you go.
Okay.
I out trumped you there. And I also got in a strip club the summer between 6th and 7th grade.
Nice.
Into a strip club.
There you go.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I don't think I could get into a strip club today.
Nope, not without being caught. No, for sure. Actually, there's a spot right down this road. You could get into that. Yeah.
There's a strip club nearby.
Well, it's not dubbed a strip club, but when you get inside, it's
Creepy.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope. I'm gonna go in there purely for investigative purposes. Shut that shit down. Not my town.
No.
Gotta
I'm gonna
steal
bring
the
the
U-Haul
scepter in there.
full
I'm
of
calling.
first.
I'm calling the cops.
Yep.
All right.
Next episode, I'm going to report on how well I was able to shut down the secret brothel in our city, utilizing my scepter of chaotic authority. And aside from that, people need to show up so that I can call them up here and then make fun of them or whatever I'm going to do. Just come up here and let me hit you with my scepter. And thank you. You're welcome.
Thanks for watching.
Welcome to Keeps the Records.
Your face on the top really accents the.
Accentuates the positive.
Yeah.